Hi everyone, my name is Phil Herbst and today I'll be demonstrating on how to bar lace a shoe properly. So why do we have shoelaces? Well, shoelaces have dated back to as far as 3500 BCE and they were made of leather, whatever the same materials a shoe is made out of. Now today they're made of nylon, polyester, a bunch of materials that are soft, they reduce friction. Now I recently bought a pair of shoes that slip-ons, they don't need to be laced, the typical Vans that people buy. Um, those are shoes that quite fit comfortably for me in my daily life, besides a pair of boots, working construction. So, why lace shoes? Shoe laces are meant to keep the shoe snug onto our foot, make sure they fit properly. They're able to adjust as we grow, depending on if you grow completely out of that shoe size. And they also relieve pressure in certain ways if they're laced differently. Now, the way I'll be demonstrating today is called bar lacing. That lacing method takes all the tension off the top of your foot. As you can see here in this demonstration, this is your typical knot with the bunny ears, the way that we learned since we were 4, well at least I did. And this way, I don't typically like anymore. But as you can see, tying the knot on the top keeps all the pressure on the top of the foot. So eventually down the line, in maybe 20 years, if you keep doing that way, you will have so much pain on the top of your foot, much like how my dad has today. So, and it's a result of that completely. So this is our blank shoe, typical pair of Vans, just to show you guys. These are called the eyelets. Now this is obviously where the laces will be put through. Typically Vans, when they come, they're tied really tight like this, almost overlapping each other. This is what causes that top pressure for it to sit on top of your foot properly. Now when you run, it won't flap when the shoe's tied tight. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side. And each time you lace up, you want to make sure that the top laces are even. Because eventually, I don't know about you guys, I've had this when I was a kid. I've noticed this plenty of times. My right lace would be 3 times longer than my left one and would be able to tie a complete knot. It's just how it is. So if something like that angers you, this video will help. That's our blank shoe. Now, bar lacing, it tends to look sort of like exactly how it sounds. The laces will not crisscross each other, as you can see on this shoe. They will completely bar over to each eyelet. So what that does is it takes that knot pressure off and puts all the pressure onto the sides of your foot, making it more comfortable when you walk, run. I could do a backflip standing up. I don't know why, it's just a talent I have. And it takes a lot of pressure off of doing stuff like that. So it makes things very much easier. Now, shoes like these, they're fairly cheap. Just simple ways of doing them. I used to look up online how to lace shoes 30 different ways because I did all different color laces. You could double lace. There's plenty of different methods. This is a very simple method. Now, here's what your finished product will look like. Since it's a little difficult, I've taken the liberty of doing this, but it's very easy to show you guys. This is obviously your starting bar. As you come over, you're going to be underneath each eyelet and coming up and around. So this is what exactly the finished product would look like. And the way it's spread out when your foot goes in, it's not so much downward pressure on the center. Keeps everything flared to the bottoms. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, where's the knot go? The knot actually sits, if you want to see here, in the side of this section. And you can take the leftover shoelace and shove it on top of the tongue. And once it's on, it's fairly flat. Won't get snagged up in a chain, a foot peg if you're riding a bike, anything like that. And this is the way I've been doing it for about 2-3 years. It hasn't failed me since. So I'd like to thank you all for watching my video. I hope this helps you in any way, shape, or form. And have a great rest of the semester.